Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, my name is Teacher Kaligodoto Njige, the world analyst from Tanzania, East Africa. Yes, dear listeners, special students, university students, and readers of different little books from the part of the world. Yes, today I have brought you the novel from USA, America, United States of America. The novel also short story called The Telltale Heart. This is a short story written by Edgar Allan Poe in the year of 1843. Edgar Allan Poe was born in 1809 and died in 1849. He wrote this short story to reflect the lives of the society. Oh, yes. Uh, this short story is all about an unnamed narrator open the story by addressing the reader and claiming that he is nervous but not mad. He says that he is going to tell a story in which he will uh, defend his sanity yet confess to having killed an old man. His motivation was neither passion nor desire for man, but rather a fear of the man's pale blue eye. Again, he insists that he is not crazy because his cool and measured actions. So criminals are not those of a madman. Every night he went to the old man's apartment and secretly observed the man sleeping. In the morning, he would behave as if everything were normal. After a week of this activity, the narrator decides, somewhat randomly, that the time is right, actually, to kill the old man. When the narrator arrives late on the 18th night, though the old man wakes up and cries out, the narrator remains still, stalking the old man as he sits, awoke and flattened. The narrator understands how flattened the old man is. Having also experienced the lone terrors of the night, soon the narrator hears a dull pounding that he interprets as the old man's terrified heartbeat. Word that a neighbor might hear the loud thumping, he attacks and kills the old man. He then dismembers the board and hides the pieces below the floorboards in the bedroom. He is careful not to leave even a drop of blood on the floor. As he finishes his job, a clock strikes the hour of 4. At the same time, the narrator hears a knock at the street door. The police have arrived, having been called a neighbor who heard the old man shriek. The narrator is careful to be chat and to appeal normal. He leads the officer all over the house without acting suspiciously at the height of his bravado. He even brings them into the old man's bedroom to sit down and talk at the scene of the crime. The policemen do not suspect a thing. The narrator is comfortable until he starts to hear a low thumping sound. He recognizes the low sound as the heart of the old man pounding away beneath the floorboards. He panics, believing that the policeman must also hear the sound. And now he is guilt, driven mad by the idea that they are mocking his agony with their pleasant chatter. He confesses to the crime and shrieks at the men to rip up the floorboards. Paul uses his words economical in the telltale heart. It is one of his shortest short stories to provide the start of paranoia and mental deterioration. Poe strips the story of excess detail as a way to heighten the murderer's obsession with specific and undawned entity. The odd man's eye, the heartbeat, and his own claim to sanity. Poe's economic style and pointed language thus contribute to the narrative content, and perhaps this association of form and content to exemplify paranoia. Even Poe himself, like the beating heart, is complicit in the plot of Cage, the narrator in his evil game. As a study in paranoia, this story illuminates the psychological contradiction that contribute to a murderer's profile. For example, the narrator admits in the first sentence to being dreadful, never yet he is unable to comprehend why he should be thought mad. He articulates his self-defense against madmen in terms of heightened sensory capacity, unlike the similar nervous and hypersensitive. Lodrick Usher in The Fall of the House of Usher, who admits that he feels mental unwell. The narrator of The Telltale Heart views his hypersensitivity as proof of his sanity, not a symptom of madness. This special knowledge enables the narrator to tell this tale in places and complete manner, and he uses the stylistic tools of narrations for the purpose of his own sanity plea. However, what makes this narrator mad and most of unlike Poe is that he fails to comprehend the coupling of narrative form and content. He masters precise form, but he unwittingly lays out of tale of murder that betray the madness he wants to damn. Another contradiction central to the story involves the tension between the narrator's capacities for love and hate. Poe explores here a psychological mystery that people sometimes harm those whom they love or need in their lives. Poe examines this paradox half a century before Sigmund Freud made it a leading concept in his stories of the mind. Poe's narrator, like the odd man, is not a greed for the odd man's wealth, nor revengeful because of any slight. The narrator thus eliminates motives that might normally inspire such a violent murder. As he complains his own sanity, the narrator fixates on the odd man's future. He reduces the odd man to the pale blue of his eye in obsessive fashion. He wants to separate the man from his evil eye so he can spare the man the burden of guilt that attributes the eye itself. The narrator falls uh, falls from the okay. Let us proceed to the characters as employed by Edgar Allan Poe. The first character is unnamed narrator, a world traveler and survivor of two hurricanes at sea after a mishap on the South Seas, and the narrator embarks on a journey of self-discovery to regions beyond human exploration and rational knowledge. The second character is Odie Swede. Along with the narrator, the only survivor of the tale's first hurricane, the old Swedes experience on the tragic voyage in pure physical, not intellectual like the narrators. His days signal the metaphoric importance of the voyage of quiz for knowledge. Another character is unnamed narrator, husband of both Lady Ligeia and Lady Rowena, unable to recall certain details about his own love. Ligeia, the narrator, keeps her alive in his memory after physical death and his second marriage. Lady Gaia, the Dex beautiful and land-faced wife of the narrator, Legeia is a woman who returns from the grave after dying from mysterious illness. Legeia haunts her husband and his new bride, becoming part of the Gothic decoration of their bridal chamber. Another character is Lady Rowena, the blonde second wife of the narrator. Rowena's cold English character contrasts with Legeia's sensual Germanic romanticism. Legeia punishes Rowena's lack of affection for the narrator of haunting the bridal chamber and dooming their marriage. Another character is Roderick Usher, the owner of the mansions and last male in the Usher's line. Roderick functions as doppelganger or character's double for his twin sister, Madeleine. He represents the mind to her body and suffers from the mental counterpart of the physical illness. Another character is Madeleine Usher, Modelic twin sister and victim of catalepsy and a mysterious incapacitating illness, because the narrator is surprised to discover that Madeleine is a twin. Another character is William Wilson, the narrator. The narrator who murders his double, also named William Wilson. The first William Wilson suffers from split personality. He takes a fragment of his imagination and gives it physical shape. Another character is Augustin Dupin, a Parisian crime solver. Dupin discovers that truth behind the violent murders of two women after the Paris police arrest the longman. He employs psychological analysis and intuition. In the stories, the murderers in the Rue Morgue and apart from the characters employed in this short story called The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, let us look the literary devices is employed in this short story. Number one is motive. Motives. Edgar Allan employed a figure of motives. Motives are recurring structure, contrast, or literal devices that can help to develop and inform the text, measures them. Example, animals in Poe's murder stories. Homicide requires an animalistic element. Animals kill, they die, and animals immediately provoke and informs crimes committed between man and animals, signals absence of human reasons and moralities. Yes, apart from the literary devices as employed by Edgar's full of images, motives, similes, and personification, he uses animals to perform in his short stories. Let us look the themes. The main themes of this short story is love and hate. Poe explores the similarities of love and hate in many stories, especially the Telltale Heart and the William Wilson's. Poe portrays the psychological complexity of these two supposedly opposite emotions, emphasizing ways they enigmatical, blending into each other. Poe is psychological. Insight anticipates the theories of Sigmund Freud and Australian founder of psychoanalysis and one of the 20th century's most influential thinkers. Poe, like Freud, interpreted love and hate as a universal emotion, thereby severed from the specific condition of time and space. Yes, another theme is egoism. In many of Poe's Gothic tales, characters work in internal conflict by creating imaginary alter egos or assuming alternate and opposite in personality. In William Wilson, the divided self takes to form of the narrator's imaginary double who track him throughout Europe. The rival strengthens the narrator sense of coherent identity because he demonstrates that it is impossible for him to escape his unwanted characteristics. The narrator uses alter ego to separate himself from his innocent. Another thing is the power of the dead over the living. Poe often gives memory the power to keep the dead alive. Poe distorts his otherwise commonplace little themes, bringing the dead little back to life. Okay, apart from the themes found in this short story, the telltale hearts. Let us look the title of this short story. The telltale hearts, I can say it is a symbolic title because it is a symbolized something because it is not a direct title because it's all about unnamed characters who killed the old man. But instead of writing the death of old man, the author decided to title this short story "Tell Heart." The short story is about unnamed narrators. Apart from the title of this short story, also you should look the setting of this short story, where the short story take place. This short story takes place in America, especially the USA, United States of America. Especially the setting is located in urban setting, and we see a main setting in the short stories. Okay, apart from the setting of this short story, also you should know the styles employed by the author. The author employed the narrative technique. He narrated the story of unnamed narrators and also revealed the events, different events in his short stories. Another element you should know is the element of plot, and we see this it is a chronological plot because the events narrated or explained in chronological orders from the beginning to the end. Apart from the plot, characters are led. I have mentioned and explained one character to another characters, and also the language used employed by author Edgar Allan Poe, and I said the language is employed is full of imagery. We see a mental picture from the characters narrated by the author, and also apart from the imagery, also the use of symbols. Example, the uh, the author used the heart. The word heart, the tell, the telltale heart. The word heart studied as a symbol, stand to represent the old man who killed by unnamed narrators. And also, apart from the symbols, also there is a use of personifications. The characters, the author use personification to personify something. Example, the animals play a part of human beings. And also, apart from the use of language, also you should know the point of view employed by the author of this short story, Edgar Allan Poe, and he used the omissions said point of view to narrate, and that's why the author used the narrators to narrate the stories, unnamed narrators. Apart from the point of view, you should know the themes, and they say the main themes is love and heart, and another theme is the theme of death, egoism, and the themes of classes. Apart from the themes, also you should know the conflict. The main conflict is there is uh, there is interpersonal conflict. It's a conflict between someone and another persons. And also there is a conflict, social conflict revealed in this short stories. Apart from conflict, also you should know the messages. They also educate us on the issue of love. We should be aware on the love and also egoism, and also we should solve the conflict. Okay, I have reached the end of this short story by Edgar Allan Poe. I would like uh, to inform you to subscribe, like, share, and comment below this video of beloved short story from America, or I can say United States of America. Uh, Thank you for listening to me. My name is teacher Karigo Njiga, the world analyst from Africa, Tanzania. Thank you for listening to me.